I was watching Blue Bloods, the TV show, not long ago, and there was a quote that was said by one of the characters, and it said, "Great leaders don't lead according to the words on a page. Great leaders lead with their heart." And so I'm coming back to you after many months away to really speak what's on my heart. Hi, ladies. I'm Shai, and I'm so excited to welcome you to Coffee, Cocktails, and Clarity. As a woman navigating my own journey, I've experienced the ups and downs, the triumphs and challenges that come with being a woman in today's world. I created this podcast as a space for us to have authentic conversations and connections, to share stories and inspire each other. Let's break down barriers, celebrate our successes, and support one another on this journey together. So, take a sip, sit back, and let's have a chat. Today, I am having water. I've been trying to do better at drinking my water. What are you drinking today while you listen to this episode? It's been some time, so you might be drinking some champagne to celebrate that I'm back. But let me take a sip. Mm, yeah, nice, cold, and refreshing. And let's continue. So, like I said, I've been away for some time now. It's been several months. And during that time, a lot has happened. And I've always been open and honest with you about everything that's been, well, pretty much everything that's been going on in my life and some of the challenges. And I wanted to do that again as I picked up basically in a way where I left off, but I'm picking up in a different way. What I mean by that is many of you have reached out to me asking me where I've been. Many of you have missed the episodes, have gone back and re-listened to older episodes, which I greatly appreciate, and I appreciate you reaching out to me. The reality is that I got burned out. And part of what got being burned out had nothing to do with the podcast itself. I love doing the podcast, but life was lifing in a way that I needed to get a handle on. And that was also kind of challenging to me. And some of that had to do with dealing with the residuals of illnesses that my mother and my husband faced. A car accident I was in a few months back, even though it wasn't a major car accident, it was still brought about some PTSD. My anxiety was through the roof. And I also had to start taking anti-anxiety, anti-depression meds, which I've talked about in previous episodes. And in addition to that, I was in a transformation period. I was transforming from the person that I was into a different person that I wanted to become. I shouldn't say necessarily different, into a better person that I wanted to become. It was also a transition for my business and what I wanted that to look like going forward. And so there was some work that needed to be done on my end. But one of the biggest transitions that I wanted to make had to do with the podcast. Because in reality, I'd gotten to a point where I went from looking into the camera and having a topic in mind and speaking freely into having almost script-like forms because I was having a challenging time remembering the topics I wanted to talk about. I was having a challenging time pulling together a variety of references and other things. And if I didn't have it in front of me to talk about and to look at it, it made it hard. And then I struggled with feeling unauthentic, or I should say the word is inauthentic, even though everything was still coming from my heart and it was still around the premise of what I wanted the show to be about, us getting together, having a beverage, having some conversation and getting some clarity together. It didn't feel as genuine to me and as off the cuff as I wanted it to be. So I wanted to take a step back to really analyze what I wanted to do and if I wanted the show to continue in this way. And the reality is that no, I wanted it to go back to where I had it originally. Not that I still won't have notes and things from time to time, but I wanted to spend more time really talking with you and having conversations with you. Still encouraging you, still empowering you, still sharing who I am and no longer gatekeeping the realities of what it's like to be a woman, to be a woman of color, to be an entrepreneur. So, in order to do that, I had to let go of some of the safety rails that I had put in place for myself when I was not feeling myself. And I'm in a much better place now. I do feel more myself, and therefore I'm coming back. And I'm looking forward to sharing more of my authentic self with you. I'm looking forward to being the empowerment leader, the communication leader, being more of the let's have more effective conversations leader in this podcast and in this community than I ever was before. So, like that statement said, great leaders lead with their heart. I've never stopped leading with my heart, yet I'm coming back to making sure that I'm authentically leading with my entire heart and my entire being. So, with that said, I want to share with you some things that are going to be coming up in the future episodes of Coffee, Cocktails, and Clarity. We will have many guest speakers that will be joining me, guest interviews, ranging from starting a travel agent business all the way into building boundaries for ourselves, building confidence in how we can use our branding, our personal branding and photography to do that. Also, speaking with one of my former mentors, actually, he's still a mentor. I still go to him from time to time for advice, and talking about how we use our cameras and how we present ourselves on camera and to be more effective. So we'll have more business topics that we'll be talking about because I want to make sure that as you start swinging around into the new year, you are prepared for taking on the challenges that will come with the new year, that you are prepared to present yourself in your best possible way and in the way that you want to present yourself authentically. We will have a variety of different topics that we'll talk about that will be coming out over the next few weeks that will talk about a lot of professional development in a lot of different ways. And in between all of that, there will still be my podcast episodes, my solo episode, where I will continue to focus on the personal and professional development. So I'm looking forward to these new episodes that will be coming to you and continuing to share authentically from my heart. Again, if you have any comments that you would like to share, if you have any thoughts, topics that you would like for me to cover, please share them in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. You can also go to our fanlist page, which is fanlist.com/coffee cocktails clarity, all one written word. So fanlist.com/coffee cocktails clarity. You can also look in the show notes for other ways to reach out to me, such as through Instagram, Threads, and so forth. Basically, what it comes down to is this. When I started the show, for us to have a space to talk, for us to have a space where we can convene, have a beverage of our choice to relax, and to talk about the soft and hard things in life, and to really be our authentic selves. And I'm going to make sure that we stick with that and continue to return to that. So I look forward to seeing you in the episodes to come. And as we round out this year and start moving into the next year and talking more with coffee, cocktails, and getting more clarity. Stay tuned. Whether it's our first conversation or we've been talking for a while, thank you for taking the time to chat with me today. While you finish your beverage, take some time to meditate on today's conversation and journal your thoughts and feelings. If you like today's conversation and you haven't already done so, please subscribe to and review my podcast, then download this episode. Don't forget to join my fan page on fanlist.com/coffee cocktails clarity, where you can share your thoughts on the episode, ask questions, or share your story. You never know, I may feature you in a future episode, with your consent, of course. You can also follow me on social media. The links will be in the show notes. I hope our chat helped you to see things more clearly. I always enjoy talking with you, so let's take some time for us to get together again soon for some coffee, cocktails, and clarity.